Is this thing I've come to realize that I don't care for art critiques, right? I don't feel like listening to certain people because I don't respect certain people, and that's just the tea. I think that certain people are put on. Okay, this person is too loud. This person is way too loud. I think that certain people are put on a pedestal because of who they know and not what they actually bring to the table. I don't think art critique is valid. I don't think it was ever valid. And I think people are just giving their opinion because when you say art is subjective, how can you really give a genuine critique? I mean, yeah, sure, you can sit there and say, hey, maybe you should understand more about anatomy. Maybe you should understand more about composition. Maybe you should understand more about color theory or this very thing that can help you elevate your work and make your work better or make your work more professional looking. So basically, you can critique in that way and help someone that way. But genuinely, when I look at a lot of people's critiques, a good amount of them are just putting shit together and just saying shit. And a lot of them aren't genuine about how they want to actually help artists. I've heard a lot of stories, even from professors that I used to have back when I went to the School of Art Institute of Chicago, where they were basically telling me how the art professors were basically making them cry and making them feel bad. And yes, people can be sensitive, but they would literally make them feel bad, make them think that they are like the worst thing in the world. It's just like, why is that normalized, right? And that's normalized in almost every facet of the art world: dance, music, acting. That's why you will always see a lot of these different people go out and they would do stupid shit and they would just continuously get rewarded because something like, I guess, the idol with Sam Levinson, how literally he literally got exposed for doing stuff and doing questionable things, and because he had the hit show Euphoria and he's able to sit there and make pretty images and pretty sceneries, and he knows about camera angles and cinematography, he's able to get away with it because you realize in the art world in its many different forms that the reason certain people get away with stuff, you know, even it doesn't have to be abuse, but even abuse, but just different things, get away with treating people like shit, get away with hurting people, not, beyond hurting people's feelings, manipulating people, asking things from people, and nothing really happening to them. It's because there's this belief that you have to go through that in order to be a genuine artist. I find it kind of sad. In order to be a genuine artist of any form, of any type of artistry, you have to sit there and allow somebody to call you out your name. You have to sit there, not to victim blame. I'm not victim blaming. I'm blaming the system. I'm blaming the complacency of us all. Why am I allowing this person to be a part of this? Why are we allowing this person to sit there and tell this one young artist who's younger than me, like what, 18, just freshly an adult, about how their art is shit and they can do so much better? Who gave this person the right to tell me that my art is shit? And who gave this person the right to, better yet, sit there and try to equate disrespect with genuine tough love critique that can help me get better as an artist? I think that a lot of these people are full of themselves and a lot of these people are bullshit. And that they don't really actually care about helping artists. They only care about sitting there knocking people down a peg because once they feel like you are too cocky or you're too in tune with your artistry, or that you're too happy about your success or your progress, they want to knock you down a peg because we can have you be a little too happy about your success. We can have you be a little too happy about your progress. We can have you be a little too happy about being somebody who's actually exceeding at your craft. We have to knock you down a peg. We have to let you experience how it actually is in the real world, right? And I just find that to be really stupid because if you're an artist by default, even though some of us have the privilege, I have a privilege of being able to do art growing up in the suburbs, but you still are already humbled by even identifying as an artist in the world. Because if you identify as an artist, we are one of those people whose profession they will literally at default will tell you, do you have a backup plan? And the backup plan is being a lawyer, being a doctor, being an engineer, literally anything else. Do you have a backup plan? Because we're just letting you know you're not going to make money being an artist, right? And so we are already humbled by even wanting to make money off of our craft. We are already humbled from 12 years old, from 10 years old, from 16, from 20, even later in your age, from sitting there saying, hey, we want to actually make profit, make money. We actually want to make revenue off of our art. You were already humbled by the masses. You were already humbled by society, the 9 to 5, the grind and get to it. You were already humbled by the different things within this world, by even identifying as an artist and wanting to actually be taken seriously. So why am I going to an institution? Why am I going to a school and having a professor sit there and tell me that my art is bad? Not saying that this has happened to me, but sitting there looking at stories where there's professors and different people in institutions having the audacity to sit there and knock someone down a peg when they already have been knocked down several pegs. Most of us, a good amount of us at least, the collective, I would say, that would be our identification, the collective, have already been humbled in some form or fashion as an artist. So why am I going to this place, listening to someone, and they want to sit there and give me a whole rundown about how bad my art is and how I need to do this? I didn't come out going around saying I was better than someone else. I didn't go around sitting there saying that I was better than X, Y, and Z. So why are you trying to sit there and humble me, right? That's one. Then on top of that, a good amount of that bullying comes from other artists because a lot of artists are insecure. A lot of the girlies are insecure, right? And I'm gonna sit there and come for myself. I'm gonna have to put myself in that identification because I have been insecure with my art, and I'm still just dealing with that insecurity. However, it's way better than it was when I was in high school. A lot of the girlies, you can have people who have 20K followers, and they will still be like, "Is my work good enough?" You would see certain accounts, and I've been stupid when I was 14. I done said some stupid shit at 15, 12. But why are you a 14-year-old able to make something hyper-realistic and then having the audacity to come online talking about, I'm 14 years old, is this a good drawing? Get the fuck out of my face. You know that's a good drawing. Stop acting slow. Is this a good drawing? Is this good? I know I only redid the Mona Lisa and then some. Is this good art? Yeah, I'm 2 and I did it. Yeah, I recreated the portrait of Jesus Christ, oil pastel, with a mix of acrylic. Is it good? No, bitch. It's not good. Stop asking people if stuff is good when you already know it's good. Some stuff I don't ask people. I had to tell myself, I need to stop asking people if stuff is good. Because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what they think. I could think it's the best thing in the world, and they could be like, girl, what is this shit? So at the end of the day, asking people isn't going to guarantee anything. Because then when they sit there and say something, they hurt your feelings. I'm not about to ask you if it's good. I really could care less about your opinion. Because that was the first deal. Second, Instagram. There's a lot of shit on Instagram where it's like, can you please, I've used some of these reels, so you can see it on my page. I work so hard. Can you please like my work? Can you please give me likes? Can you please send this to someone? I'm not going to use those anymore. I'm not going to keep begging you to see my art. I don't care anymore. I'm so tired of doing that shit. And it's not like it works. I only get 2 likes? It's not, monumental. It's not groundbreaking. It's not doing anything that's actually going to change things up, shake things up. So I don't know why I would sit there and have to do it anyway. I'm not begging. And no, I don't think that I should have to be at a certain level to be able to sit there and brag about my art. I don't think so. Well, the reason so-and-so can brag is because they have 20,000 followers and they had the Nobel Peace Prize. Amazing. Great gowns, beautiful gowns. But if I think that my art is good, I'm going to say my art is good. If I think my art is good, I'm going to say my art is good. And there's some artists right now clutching their pearls, right? Had all this shit to say about AI. AI is destroying us. We got to come for AI. We're going to run AI up. We got to band together as artists. And then we'll literally clutch their pearls and gulp like a Dr. Seuss character. Gulp like a Looney Tunes character and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that. You're so ignorant. Get the fuck out of my face. No, come back. No, actually, go away. I changed my mind. I know I was trying to let bygones be bygones. Go away, go away. I was sitting there posting on Reddit. I was talking about how I wanted one of my pieces to sell for $1,000. Oh my gosh, you really want to sell a piece for $1,000? You only have 2 followers. I know, the audacity, right? It may take longer. I may take years upon years. I might not be able to sell that until I'm 40. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to undersell one of my works that I spent months upon months on, I'm not going to undersell it. So all of these people sitting there saying, well, you have to sell it for like 2 cents because that's just the way. No, I don't. That piece that's been in my closet for I don't know how many years, I can sell that for $20. I'm not going to sit there and sell something that I just made newly this year, especially something as big as some of the pieces that I'm working on and the detail that I'm putting on those pieces. I'm not about to sit there and sell that for 2 cents. I'm not. So the fact that artists, I understand that being the audacity from people who are not even within the arts, but that being a type of mindset from professional artists because, well, we had to go through it, so you have to go through it too. I'm convinced that if there was like the Squid Games for artists, and if there was the prize winner would get like 100,000 followers and that's it, there would be people that would fight to the death. None of the people who put that together said that you had to kill anybody. And I'm convinced that people will start killing people because they are so desperate to get validation as artists. It is really pathetic to me. Now, I'm not sitting there saying that I'm not someone who gets excited when someone with 20,000 followers likes my shit. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell a fib. I'm going to give you the truth. I'm going to give you the truth and nothing but the truth, or I will forever hold my peace. I'm going to sit there and tell you the truth. They agree. They agree. Nature agrees. I'm going to tell you the truth. The truth is some of the girls will sit there and literally watch you drown, watch you under the surface. You're begging, you're gasping for air, you're holding on, fading fast, Lightning McQueen. You're trying your best. Some people will literally watch you drown. They do not care for your well-being. Some people are a true crime podcast away from doing something regrettable. And if you're selling prints, good for you, honey. Honestly, I'm glad that you're able to do it because I know how hard it is to get there. Good for you. I'm never going to sit there and get mad at somebody for being successful. But what makes me upset is when you're successful and you're a bitch and you're rude and you want to sit there and get off on hurting people and putting people down. That's when I really look at you and I'm like, you're childish. You're childish. Pack it up. Zeros across the board. Pack it up. You're tired. Sleeping Beauty, and that's an insult to Sleeping Beauty. At least she knows her part. At least Sleeping Beauty knows the thing that she signed up for. But what are you doing? I'm tired of people sitting there, and I was just looking at something on social media, on Insta. It's this one, you might know him, it's very vague detailing, but he takes his old paintings, he smashes them, and he takes piping, kind of like cake frosting, and I don't know who they're yelling at. And he basically puts it within the holes and he makes it look like the greenery or nature is coming from within the painting. But it's like broken. So I scroll like down a little bit. The comments on Instagram. This is amazing. This is so cool. This is great. This is awesome. Like, a couple likes here or there, nothing too groundbreaking. We finally get to like his most recent pieces. People with like 100 likes, 200 likes, some a little bit more. This is not good. I mean, I understand the implication. I was like, how do we switch up? Like it went from, oh, this is pretty creative, this is really interesting, to just a couple of posts to the most recent. Some of the top posts being like, this is not good. This is shitty. And some of these were no face profiles, so they're trolls. But some of these look like people who are actually like real people. So I was like, what's going on? And it just goes to show you that even if you come up with something creative, there will always be some random bitches that want to put you down. Professional or not, artist or not, there's always somebody who wants to tell you how bad your stuff is. And I commend that person on continuing to create the art, right? Because they have a good following. So I'm sure that people are buying their work and they found a way to make the work and ship the work out, and people actually want to buy it because it is a creative, unique idea. And it's not something that hasn't been done before. People have put clothes onto drawings and they've done other things. I've seen one artist on Twitter who uses like hair extensions and different types of like weave and wigs and will put it and have it blend into their paintings to make it look like the hair is actually popping out from the canvas and all this other stuff. So people have done that before and it works for them. And so you have to, if you're an artist, the thing you have to do is just ignore people. That's it. That's the T. You see how some of these singers get treated. Beyonce, one of them. Beyond the religious side of the witchcraft allegations, Beyonce clearly works her ass off, right? I'm not saying you have to love everything she puts out. And people still shit on her and say, Beyonce is not that good. She's not a good performer, right? I said, what more does she have to do? Right? What more does Beyonce have to do? What more does Nicki Minaj have to do? What more do these artists have to do? And you really realize social media as a whole is not something that is valid. Let's take the Colleen Ballinger, Shane Dawson thing, right? Yeah, lock them up, throw away the key. Yeah, get their asses out of here. Because they could have just they could have really just did an apology. They could have took some acting classes and they could have sat there and come up with a better fake apology. They didn't even want to do that because they genuinely don't think they did anything wrong. So they should have sat there, ate their food, and been quiet. But at the end of the day, though, I kind of look back at some of these other like Dubs TV or iDubbbz, some of these other things. I'm like, but didn't we used to laugh at them? Like, I don't see the internet as genuine anymore. I don't think the internet has ever been genuine. I've seen in real time, and I've even liked some of these tweets. I'm coming from myself. I've seen in real time, not the tweets where it's like too crazy, where it's like, oh, kill yourself. I'm not like, okay, no, right? No. But I've seen in real time, because I've also been a simp for the internet, where people will 1 minute praise you. You're the best artist in the world. You're the best creator in the world. You're the best, dancer, the best. Oh my gosh, she's so, and then out of nowhere, ew, who's this bitch? Who is this? Who is this? Oh wow, you thought you ate that. This isn't unique. I understand what you tried to do, but let me tell you what you could have done. I'm like, what's going on? I guess what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to articulate is nothing is genuine on the internet. Before the AI, let's not blame the AI. Before the AI, we have made our own configuration of a fake reality. We were not making anything that's real. A good amount of us. Now some of you are going to be like, well, I didn't, and that's you. But a good amount of people were being fake as hell. I have seen people rise up. I'll rise up. I've seen people rise up like a phoenix, rising star, and then they will fall from grace, right? And it could be because they probably was like, what, a predator, sexual assaulter, a racist, a homophobe, a mix of all of them, and that's rightfully so why they fell down. But some people, remember Gina Marbles? Remember, sis just dipped. She said, I'm sorry guys, bye, and she dipped. She had her money, she dipped, she said, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm gonna live my life. Sis didn't even do nothing wrong. It's not just artists, it's influencers, it's people of all different kinds, where it's just like people love you and then they don't. Because people are envious of you. People are jealous of you. People have to be pumped with a rags to riches story. They have to constantly hear how many hours you put in, constantly hear, oh, you were almost homeless. Okay, now you're worthy of success. Oh, you were almost, people don't like it when you actually come from privilege and you actually have, success. And now you have to sit here and you have to go through a whole long list of different things that you went through. Well, this studio representative or this executive sexually assaulted me. Okay, well now you're worthy of success. But because you had, riches, and because you grew up you're a Nepo baby, no one cares about you got assaulted? Okay, well, I guess now you're worthy. Now you're worthy of the success. Now you're worthy of the accolades. Now you're worthy. And, this is just who we are. We have this very much updated, with technology, Salem witch trials thinking, this group think that we go against everybody. 1 minute we love you. The next minute we hate you. People... as a queer man, we go against women. Women are this, women. What do you know about what it means to be a woman besides sitting there wearing a crop top and swishing your hips back and forth while walking past some man that you know is probably DL that you don't need to talk to? At least the trans women have a better argument. But what do you, right? I'm like, who gives? Sometimes, I indulge. I'm like, ooh, Rita. But then sometimes I'm like, okay, shut the hell up. Because why are we going around sitting there talking about women to that extent? Why are we talking about even men to that extent? Why are we sitting there talking about these things? Why do we care? And people switch up back and forth. And I know I'm going on a rant. It's kind of like I'm going off the rails. But what I'm trying to say is that nothing on the internet seems genuine, so do not do shit for the internet. I had to tell myself that, and I have to continuously tell myself, Do not do anything for the internet. They will idolize you. They will build you up like a god, like a phoenix. I'm worried for prodigies. Why do you think prodigies, they start young and then by the time they're like 20-something, 30-something, they burnt the hell out? Because they worked, they pumped out. Everybody loved them. Everybody lives through them. Some people are envious of them because they wish that they were that good at 14. They wish they could start early so they could be able to make revenue, so they could be able to get the accolades, and they could be able to do all that. Everybody wants to be a prodigy. That's one thing. That's a big thing, especially within the art world. It's like, you should start early, right? And then you see everybody who's successful, they started at 13. They started at 12. They damn near started at 2 years old. They've gone to art school. They've gone to film school. They've gone to theater camp. They've done every single thing in the book to be able to condition themselves that when they are in their even late 30s or whatever, they've had enough, to back them up to be able to command the stage, to be able to do this artistry, to be able to play the guitar fluently, to be able to do this, to be able to hit the vocals, So everybody's conditioned as an artist to think that the only way that you're able to be successful as an artist is to start early, to start when you just got out of the fucking womb. And it is tired. It is tired and it's exhausting. And then on top of that, we have different individuals going on online talking about that person's a bad artist, that person's a stupid artist. People are wishy-washy. So you can't depend on people on the internet. You can't depend on me. You can't depend on a friend over there. You can't depend on that person on that social media app. You cannot depend on these people because apparently none of us know what's going on. Now, there's some individuals who will say, I was never like you guys. I never liked that celebrity. I never liked that influencer. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. It's the same reason black people hate Taylor Swift, and yes, most of Taylor Swift's fans are racist. I don't know what that's about. Most people switch up, right? None of these people are serious. A good amount of people were sitting there talking about they weren't listening to that music, and bitches were sitting there. I remember black people sitting there talking about we were never getting back together. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. I remember that era. So yes, niggas were sitting there talking about Taylor Swift. People will lie. People are liars. The internet, people be lying. People are liars. They are liars. The same way Fantasia was sitting there talking. I remember seeing an interview where she was like many other celebrities, I think it was on Choice TV where he talked about it. He was like, basically the girlies was saying that none of it is real. We're broke. But I guess, I mean, here's my Telfar bag. We're broke, but here's my Tesla. Fake it till you make it. Nothing on the internet is real. And so at the end of the day, when I was looking at that person, I saw that he was making this very interesting, unique, two-dimensional, three-dimensional type of art piece. I thought people were going to love it. I loved it. I mean, he has, a good amount of likes, okay? He has a good amount of likes, right? He has a good amount of engagement. He has a good following. I think I've seen that he has his stuff shipped out. So it's not like he doesn't have the revenue, or it's not like he doesn't have, I don't think he doesn't have success. He has success more than a lot of artists. However, you can't listen to people. People will go around and they will tell you that your art is shit. Take one quick little course of art history. Most of the greats were told they were trash. Most of the greatest art periods, somebody was rebelling against somebody, a protest against something, a war that was going on, a dictator, something was degenerate, something was bad, somebody was trying to censor somebody else. This, to me, is just redundant. And to me, it's just a signifier of the history of art critique and the history of the perception of art. Even when they cared about art seemingly in the past, more so than they care about now. And people had more time to do art than, especially in this economy where people got bills and there's a whole bunch of stuff and people can barely afford a house. And that's with being able to be financially successful. That's with having a healthy financial setup, and they still can barely afford a house, let alone rent in a small ass apartment. So at the end of the day, not a lot of people are able to sit there and be like Leonardo da Vinci and be like Picasso and be like these other different people within the art world because people barely have any fucking time. I'm tired of the internet. I'm tired of the fakeness. And I hate that a part of that critique of the fakeness and the superficialness of society is always aligned with conservatives and Republicans because they're just one extreme of the other. The liberal side, I'm more liberal, where they go around and they just like, everything's bad and they don't really do anything to change anything, right? Am I going to do anything to change anything? Am I continuing to perpetuate the system or the tradition of just complaining and not doing shit? Who knows? Until next time. But they complain and complain. Oh my gosh, they're hypocrites. They act like they're higher than thou. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that. And after hearing so many people complain, like I'm doing right now, so go figure. But after hearing somebody complain so many times about the same shit, you get bored. Like, I get tired, and then I see some of the conservatives and Republicans, and I'm like, well, I'm never going to align with you because you're a coon, you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're a transphobe, you're a queerphobe, you're anti-Semitic, you're somebody who doesn't want to sit there and watch anybody actually make it in this world. You don't care for progress, you care for tradition, you care for racism, you care for predatory behavior, you care for dictatorship. So I'm not going to sit there and align with your racist ass. I'm not going to align with your homophobic ass. But one thing I will say is that they do have some understanding of the bullshitting that a lot of people do, right? A lot of people are bullshitting. A lot of people are bullshitting in various different things, and it is affecting art, right? A lot of people are bullshitting on what they think is good. No, we accept everyone. Actually, you're trash. No, we accept everyone. Actually, that's ugly. We believe all artists can be artists. Actually, no. You're not an artist. You're not a real artist. Everyone is being hypocritical. Everyone is bullshitting. Everyone's making shit up. Who's really being real? I mean, even the AI is more real than some of these bitches. Let's be real about it. Even the AI with their throwing up their gang signs. How are you a Crip and a Blood? Sitting there, even then, they are somehow more genuine than some of the girlies on the internet. So I don't even understand why I care. I don't even understand why we put social media on a pedestal for somebody's worth. In the arts, out the arts, whatever. I don't understand. How about we let that shit go? Insta, let's let it go. Twitter, let's let it go. You don't know how long it took some of these artists to even get to 20K, 100K. You don't even know what percentage of their following is actually real, breathing people and not different bots and different porn stars and different other XXX crazy bots, AI, Russian bots. You don't know, half of their accounts could be from people who just started to come to existence two days ago. And I'm gonna do a whole video about how a lot of this AI shit is very dangerous. And I got scammed. I'm gonna do a video about how I got scammed out of $200 from a random bitch on Instagram who, I don't know if the kid's real or AI. She sent me 2 photos of a kid. And I'm like, I don't know whose kid this is. This could be a real kid or a fake kid. I wouldn't fucking know. But apparently she sent me the photos. I was supposed to do commission for her. She didn't say anything, any of the no words, the NFT, the weird language of, I can see you don't know how to post. Hey, go ahead and accept my message, or some weird shit that they do or they leave on your comments where it's scams and you're just like, I don't give a damn, like, stop fucking with me. Or a no face profile sitting there giving you a deal or saying follow this link or pay this amount of money. It was some other bullshit where it looked genuine. It looked like a real person. I scroll and I'm like, this looks like a 50-year-old woman, a grandmother. Nothing about this seemed AI. I studied down. It looked like an actual person. I looked at the stuff, none of the things that were coming out. And then I got scammed. Yeah, I got my money back, but that was very unfortunate. So AI is starting to become a problem. A lot of this shit is starting to become a problem with scams, and they are starting to get a little bit more elite with their scams. And they're already starting to do other stuff with the CP, and they're already doing other stuff with, like, probably going to start doing it with, not trying to go too dark, but sex trafficking. And, they're already doing stuff, scamming old men. With these AI models as they're sitting there doing stuff. And the girlies on the internet, again, a lot of them are disingenuous. They're like, did you really believe that was a real person? Like, y'all just want to act like y'all know shit when you don't. Because, yes, I believe that was a real person. We all believe that was a real person because they looked like a real person. The lighting was good. Yes, there were some glitches, but there's a lot of people who use filters anyway. So I could easily would have said that that person who's AI could probably be using a filter, and that's why they look the way they do. So people are trying their best to outsmart the AI. People are trying their best to act like they know what the hell they're talking about. People are trying their best to be like, I'm actually Jinkies. I know what I'm talking about when you don't. I could tell you didn't know. A good amount if you didn't know. A good amount of us didn't know that that was AI. Let's be fucking for real. Yeah, a lot of us don't know. A good amount of that shit is starting to get real good. And I would argue that in at least 5 years, that it would get so good that it's going to become dangerous. And when I mean dangerous, I'm talking about warfare, not trying to catastrophize, warfare, different things that's going to happen between different countries that can cause genocide, different things. You never know. You never know. Different things that could cause for kids getting hurt or people getting hurt. You never know. So you have to watch out for AI. We are really watching the different sci-fi themes, the different sci-fi realities that we've seen on these movies. We are in real time watching that play out. We are quite literally in real time watching the developments of technology that it's not the flying car, but we are getting there where we're starting to see the very things that we watched on these movies growing up. We are starting to see that start to come into fruition or starting to come into reality. And it's starting with the hologram concerts and everything else. It is starting to more and more and more and more and more. And there's people who, I guess in a way, it's to them, it's no escape. You just have to adapt and move on. And I understand that sentiment. But to me, it just seems like folding. It seems like giving up too easily. No one's really trying to protest to me. No one's really trying to show why humans are better than AI. I've seen people use AI and say, well, if we used it, then that somehow mean that we are becoming better and we're being smart about it. This is just like how traditional artists were going against digital artists. I'll make another video about how that's bullshit. And I'll make another video about how, no, we should fight harder against AI because they don't make no sense to sit there and crumble and fold that easily with the application that's most definitely going to sit there and take your fucking job. Now, you may think it's not. You may think you're really talented and that it won't cause a situation and we might make progress, but you'll see, right? I'm not trying to, if it doesn't happen, then fuck me, I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. But you can clearly see already how if executives are not paying living, breathing actors, and the actors and writers are going out and they're striking, and that has nothing to, well, AI could probably get into that. You can only imagine. The music industry, they've nipped the music in the bud because that shit has gotten dangerous. I listened to some music, I said, this does not sound like the AI back in the day. This is brand new. This sounds like that this artist actually sang this. The inflections, the runs, the pauses and going, everything that's unique to that particular artist and their singing style, the AI was able to configure in such a genuine way, or such a realistic way that you're sitting there thinking, wait, you almost got me. And so at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that people are not understanding. When you make an application that becomes so human and it's starting to become so good at replicating human beings, you will have to deal with the consequences. We all will, regardless if you're for it or against it. But again, I will go deeper into that in my next video. You guys have a great day.